As the Umayyad Caliphate declined in the 750 CE, when Abu al-Abbas defeated the Umayyads and established the Abbasid Caliphate, where Caliph al-Mansur established the new capital of the Abbasid Caliphate, Baghdad. But what is the history of Baghdad? What is the history of this magnificent city, known as the Round City? Well, I'm here to explain you the history of Baghdad. So get ready. Hello, I'm Azam and today I will explain you the history of Baghdad. This is the Abbasid Caliphate, large 11.1 million square kilometers. But the problem is it needs a capital away from Arabia and Syria. And so in the 762 CE, Caliph al-Mansur in the region of Mesopotamia projects a city named Baghdad. The city was also a strategic point leading to many trade routes like Persia, China, and many more. The city of Baghdad took 4 years to build. Mansur assembled engineers, surveyors, and art constructionists from around the world to come together and draw up plans for the city. Over 100,000 construction workers came to survey. The basic framework of the city consists of two large semicircles, about 19 kilometers in diameter. The inner city connecting them was designed as a circle about 2 kilometers in diameter, leading it to be known as the Round City. The original design shows a single ring of residential and commercial structure along the inside of the city walls, but the final construction added another ring inside the first. At center of the theater was a mosque as the headquarters for guards. The city for massive gates. The city had four massive gates, and each gave name for the region if it faced off: Damascus, Basra, Kuga, and Khurasana, from which came four roads. Inside the city, there were markets and residential houses. The city had thousands of fountains and public baths, and you can also find zoos displaying lions, giraffes, elephants, and all sorts of wild animals. The Golden Gate Palace. The Golden Gate Palace, the residence of the Caliph and his family, was the heart of Baghdad. In the central square, in the central part, explained a waterside building in which only the Caliph could come riding on horseback. The House of Wisdom. Generation of its founding, Baghdad became hub of learning and commerce. The city flourished into a universal intellectual center of science, medicine, philosophy, and education, especially with the Abbasid translation movement began under the second Caliph al-Mansur and that thrived under the seventh Caliph al-Ma'mun. House of Wisdom was among the most well-known academies and had the largest selection of books in the world. By the middle of the ninth century, later destroyed the Mongol invasion of Baghdad in 1258. By the 10th century, the city's population was between 1.2 million and 2 million. Inventions of Baghdad. Invention number one: hospital. Invention number two: university built by Mustahan Syria. Invention number three: the first accurate calendar. Invention number four: or maps. And invention number five: the 60-second minutes and 60 minutes. Okay. Okay, now that we talk about its invention and how it's made, let's continue the history of the magnificent city and the reigns of its caliph. Al-Mansur. Caliph al-Mansur was the founder of the city of Baghdad, and during his reign he constructed the Great Wall of Baghdad, but the wall was removed after 70 years to signal in the improvement in security. In 775, Caliph al-Mansur dies in Mecca, leaving the reign to his son al-Mahdi. Al-Mahdi released his slave al-Khazuran, given by his father al-Mansur, and later he married him. Al-Khazuran was a very smart woman and she created a considerable power. She managed politics, business, and empire administration. She makes sure that her son Musa a- and Al-Hadi, her son Musa al-Hadi and Harun al-Rashid were head of other caliphs' sons. She used her wealth to create wells and shade trees along pilgrimage to route to Mecca. Al-Mahdi died suddenly in 785 CE, leaving his empire to the chaos. But Al-Khazuran took control of the situation and secured smooth transition of power to her older son Musa al-Hadi. But Musa al-Hadi was jealous of the power of her mother and tries to push her out of the politics. And some sources even say that Musa al-Hadi tried to poison her mother. But after a year of rule, Musa al-Hadi died because of poisoning by her mother. The new Caliph Harun al-Rashid, the younger son of Al-Khazran, improved the military of the Abbasid Caliphate. During his reign, he adopted stirrups on cavalry. He developed fire grenades called napta shells and a section of the Abbasid army called napta firemen, archers who are specialized in flaming arrows. Harun al-Rashid once sent a gift to the Emperor Charlemagne. These gifts included books, spices, silk, and Abu Abbas, which was an elephant, and Charlemagne loved it. And when Charlemagne died, his remains were wrapped in a silk with an elephant print. Harun al-Rashid was great patron of the arts. During his reign, the Abbasid Caliphate was full of artists, scholars, and poets. Yes. And Harun al-Rashid ended in the 1001 Arabian Nights. Night. The fall of Baghdad. In 1258, Mongolian leader Hulagu Khan launched a siege on Baghdad. Siege lasted 13 days, which ended the victory of Hulagu Khan and sack of Baghdad.